Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin String coming at you with my regular Sunday night dinner. And tonight, I'll be doing one of my switch offs where I'm switching off between a freeze-dried ration and a wet pack. So tonight is one of the MREs that I got from foreignmre.com in my most recent order from them. This one is the menu 18 beef ravioli in meat sauce. I could not find a date code, but I'm assuming this is a 2019 pack. This is packed by Sapaco and had the foreign MRE sticker on it. I have water on the stove coming up to a boil. And of course I'll be using my foreignmre.com spork and my foreignmre.com mug. Be nice to have a foreign MRE tray, but I don't think that's going to happen yet. So this has the peelable seal, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. The last one did not work. I literally put my thumb through the bag. See, that one was an absolute fail. And this is another one of those that was sealed crooked on the bottom. See, there's only about one thumb joint of space here, and then look here, my whole thumb goes from the bottom of the bag to the seal. See, this is what the peelable seal did. It did not, so I have the cheaters. I'm just going to cut this thing open right underneath the seal. Now I can get into the bag. Let's see who all's here. I see Sunshine Side of Life 77. There's Quint. I see 5, but only 2 comments so far. Let's see what we got here. So right off the top, this has the beverage bag. There is Mike in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I do not use these, but I do save all these bags because they do come in handy. So if for some reason I'm in a situation where I have one of these and I need to purify some suspect water, I'll put the water in here, drop one of my purification tablets in there, and then let that sit for a half hour. And or you can use these as storage bags. So these are great for that. Then this seriously bent up sleeve. This has a long ingredients list and the nutrition stuff for the ravioli. This old thing does not like to focus all the way well. Plus I got shadows from, I got a light above me to my right, but the shadow from my phone is kind of casting down. Let's see, there is Belinda. That is a name I had not seen before. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. So that is the sleeve that, if I were to use the Flameless ration heater, I would put the water in, put the retort pouch in the heater bag, then stuff it in here, but I'm not doing that. Let's see what we got else. Yep, here we go. Here is a date code. (9606) or no, yeah. Actually, that can't be a date code because Oh, here we go. It was upside down. 9096. Oops, sorry about that. Angie in the house. Hugo Homestead in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So the 96th day of 2019 was when this chocolate banana nut muffin top was packed. So that is a dessert. Here's the Flameless ration heater, which I do not do. I have done it in the past. One of these days I might do it again. There's the Carlos Perry in the house. Thanks for dropping in. But I save all these because in the event that I have to heat up a pouch or a very small can, or maybe just to use it as a hand warmer, or say if I wanted to make some instant coffee, I put my stuff in here, put this in the heater bag, and then let it rip. I could do that, but I save all these ration heaters. Let's see, we got the Accessory Packet, which I will open up in a bit. We got the spoon. I save all these spoons, so I have a large collection of them. They are part of my supply of disposable utensils that I would use in case I have to severely limit my water use. This and that in the house. Thanks for dropping in. First time seeing you here. Welcome. Got a packet of cheese spread. Nice to see that. Got a packet of hot sauce. There's Angry Blacksmith in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I'm surprised the hot sauce is not in the accessory pack. And look at that. M&M's. Back when I was a kid, this would say plain up here. Now it just says milk chocolate. That would be a great morale booster. And there is Sleepy Dog Constructions dropping that super chat. Thanks for dropping in. Got a drink here. The Tropical Punch drink powder. One of my least favorites, but I'll go ahead and drink it tonight just to get it out of my head. And here we got wheat snack bread. I would have preferred the Italian breadsticks, but the wheat snack bread it is. And then the last thing in the bag, which will serve as my trash bag for tonight. We have the beef ravioli. I'm going to go ahead and open up this accessory pack, which contains something that I would prefer not to see, but anyway, so we got the Bill's Brew coffee. That will go into the foreign MRE mug. Got the non-dairy coffee creamer. Got the wet wipe. Packet of salt. The 2 pieces of the peppermint gum. The rear roll. And I do save all these. I have a couple of bags of these. And then the thing I like least is the Splenda sweetener. I have issues with these kinds of sweeteners. So I will substitute that with some real sugar. there is Curious Pete in the house. Thanks for dropping in. He was in the Ration Museum stream earlier, actually there with Sean. Helping him catalog the stuff that was in a couple of boxes, just a wide variety of stuff. I want to do this drink first before anything else. That way it has plenty of time to dissolve. Isn't it ironic that you get a drink that's got sugar in it, but then they throw that no-calorie sweetener in for the coffee? I mean, what's up with this? And they give you M&Ms. That makes about as much sense as a $3 bill. Yeah, that time change, it's something that we all have to get used to. This is going to need another stir later. You can see the stuff that just sticks, just hangs on the top. That creamer packet didn't want to open very well either, but I took care of that. I just do that to make sure it's all out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this into the kitchen. I'm going to put it in a pot on the stove, and then the cheese spread I'll just lay next to the burner to warm that up. And that'll be plenty enough to get this warmed up to make it easier to spread. And I might actually put this on top of the handle of the lid on the pot, just to see if this will warm this up. So I'll do that, and then I'll bring back some real sugar from my coffee, because that sweetener stuff, no, it's not happening tonight. Anyway, I'll be right back. There we go. I just tossed a little bit of sugar in my mug, and I poured the water off camera so you wouldn't all get a steam bath. I'll take care of the coffee. I'm going to go ahead and open up this banana nut muffin top, see how well it survived. Had a few crumbs. But for the most part, salvageable. Booger Butt and Booger Butter in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So there we go, there are the M&Ms. I'm going to stir this again because it needs it. Oh, that's nice of that's good on Karsten. He's good people. I'm still working on trade stuff. I'm trying to find some specific Iowa stuff. There is Fordman in the house. Thanks for dropping in. He has done some awesome trades with other people or just sent stuff. I think he recently did a trade with Delicious, who is a reviewer from Poland. So that's a lot easier to do. You know, with Karsten being actually not all that far away in Germany, with Delicious in Poland. I'll let that go for a while. I'll just set that back there. I'm just going to scroll back through the chat, see if I missed anything. I'm going to go ahead and, well, since some of this is about to break off, I'm just going to go ahead and break off a piece of this banana nut muffin top. See if this thing will focus. Sometimes this thing wants to focus, sometimes it doesn't. But when these are fresh, they're really good. I figured I better move things in view a little bit. There should be no issue with these M&Ms at all. Yep, that's what having each other's back is all about. I'm gonna go get the cheese spread and the bread, and I'll be right back. Yep. Now, after Aletha had to send her dog to the other side, everybody was reaching out to her. So this is infamous sweet snack bread. Actually, it looks a little darker on the bottom. This is the side that was on the surface that it was baked on. Yep, so hopefully whoever is able to reach out to his family can pass on our condolences. There we go. There is the cheese on the bread. I'm going to go ahead and break this bit off. That is what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, warming the bread doesn't help the flavor much, but putting the cheese spread, which to me is extremely salty. I don't know how it is to anyone else, but to me it's very salty. Probably because when I do my own cooking, I don't use a whole lot of salt. Yep, and of course we all were reaching out to DeCarlos when he was having his medical issues. There is a puppy breath in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So we're happy to see him back at it.
Fixed.
Just making a little bit of an adjustment. So I'm going to go ahead and get the ravioli and I'll be right back. I am back. Just going to slide this over for a bit. I got a paper towel so I can dry the pouch off. I'll just get this thing out of the way. Tear notches on these go this way. So I shake the food down. I think this one's going to be a fail like the last one was. That fettuccine, that thing did the same thing. It did not rip the way it was supposed to, so I come at it from the other end. Well, that was a fail too. I think I'd have got a way to get around this mess. I'll just get the cheaters. And I'm just going to cut it from the end. Here is a cheese ravioli, or the beef ravioli. A little bit of it got into the M&Ms, but they look a lot like the Chef Boyardee mini raviolis. And they taste just like it too. That one looks like one that kind of split open. At this taste, it looks like Chef Boyardee, and it tastes like Chef Boyardee. But I think a little of that might help too. Although that bite is a lot, I'm tasting the salt from the cheese because that cheese spread is so salty. That saltiness overpowers the flavor of the ravioli and the sauce. Oh, I bet he would love this if he likes the ravioli. If you had to give him something from emergency food and you had this, he'd be a happy camper. There's Wyoming in the house. Thanks for dropping in. That's okay. Glad you stopped in. Hope you feel better soon. Those migraines can be an absolute bear. My younger nephew used to get them all the time when he was a kid. And sometimes they would just put him in the hospital. Oh. Yep, I do carry a knife when I go out every day because I never know when I might need to either cut something for myself or get someone else out of a jam. There's Dream Creations and Adventures in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Yep, this is the 2019 US MRE. Menu 18, beef ravioli. I got this from foreignmre.com. So you can buy this as a single item, this particular MRE, or you can get it in a case. This is a banana nut muffin top. And these things are kind of fragile. They break easy. The chocolate almost overpowers the banana flavor. One of these I had some time back. I think it was during the derecho last year. I had an MRE that had this in here. I think it was, I know it was an MRE that did not have to be heated. And there was it was not even, it was an MRE Nation MRE, I think this was actually like a breakfast. So, but that chocolate banana nut muffin top, I got very little banana flavor. I'm getting more banana flavor out of this one, so maybe it's just because this one's fresher. Yeah, I have a Leatherman Super Tool 200 that was a gift. So that's one I usually keep around here, and I use it pretty much around here. But I carry many multi-tools in my EDC. I have a Leatherman Micra in my person, and I have a Gerber Dime in my get home bag. But when I go camping, I have a Gerber suspension, and that's the one that I take when I go camping. Sometimes I don't always take it, but most of the time I do. That is already in my pack for my trip next weekend. I put a ravioli on top of this bread. There's King Poobah in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, by itself, this bread has no flavor. Yeah, the only reason why I get to go camping is because I have a driver who will take me to the location. When you don't drive, that really puts a kink in what you want to do, where you want to do it, or when you want to do it. I'm just putting some more of the cheese on the bread. But this is a trip that I have not done before because it is a specific themed trip. TAC from AOK Foraging and Adventures has been hosting what she calls a Veterans Memorial Weekend Camp. And she invites those who have served in the military. She was not able to serve herself because she didn't meet certain requirements. But she has great respect for those who have. And so she invites veterans, whatever time they served, whether they actually saw action or not. You know, she invites them, and then she puts the videos up on AOK Foraging and Adventures channel. So I was invited to join this time. I'm also one of those who was not allowed to serve because of my vision and probably some other things that I don't even know about. I think you have to, I'm not sure, I know the height requirement, I think you have to be at above 5 feet, which I do meet that. But I'm not sure what the actual requirement is. It may even depend on the different branch. So we pretty much got the common meals planned. So there will be a whole turkey cooked over the fire, and then there's going to be venison fajitas. So Saturday will be the turkey, I think. And then Friday is the venison fajitas. So I'm going to go grocery shopping tomorrow, specifically to buy some food that I will take either for my own use. I've got a couple of things in my food bag already, like a couple of the Minotaur freeze-dried entrees. I'm taking a couple of those, but I want something like I want to get some beef breakfast sausage and some beef bacon. The others will have pork sausage, or maybe ham and an omelet or something like that. So I'm not sure if I'm going to bring my own eggs or not, but where we're going, they have eggs because they have chickens there. So our host may be supplying the eggs, so we don't have to worry about that. Although I'm not sure. I guess I'll know later. Oh, and speaking of EDC, in the one Facebook group I'm in, someone said that, I don't drive, I don't need to get a home bag. Well, if I never leave my apartment for any reason whatsoever, yeah, I wouldn't need one. But I would still want a bug-out bag. But I ride the bus. So I want to have something on me in case things go south while I'm away from home. So that's why I have a get-home bag. And I responded to that person saying just that if I ride the bus and something happens and either the bus breaks down or they get pulled off the streets and I need to get home, if I'm far enough away where I might have to hole up for the night somewhere, I want to have the supplies needed to get myself through the night, whatever the weather is. I do keep a few items in my purse, but the backpack allows me to carry more stuff I keep a small tarp in there. I will be changing up the socks that I have in there from some light socks to some heavier socks. I'll put some hand and foot warmers in there. I will take my water filter out and just put in a bag that just has extra water purification tablets, because you don't want to have a water filter freeze after you've used it before it has a chance to dry out, because the strands will crack and it will render that filter useless. But even in the bag that I keep my filter in, I do keep water purification tablets in there. If you're meaning bug juice, you mean this stuff? This, it tastes like cheap punch. See, this stuff doesn't fully dissolve unless you stir it for a half hour. Kool-Aid tastes a whole lot better than that. Even the unsweetened Kool-Aid tastes a whole lot better than this stuff. There's only one thing that's worse than this tropical punch, and that's the regular fruit punch. Same color, but same crap. It doesn't fully dissolve, and it clings to whatever you're drinking out of. So when I'm done with this, I'll have a red film on the inside of my drinking jar. There are spicy tuna rolls in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Spicy was also in the Ration Museum stream chat. So for those that just came in, 2019 menu 18 beef ravioli from foreignmre.com. And according to their Art and Nina, they are getting some more stuff in. So they should be doing some unboxings of their inventory once they do arrive from wherever they came from. Their last video, they showed a first strike ration. But instead of Art actually eating that particular one, bagged it up, and it is being sent to another reviewer. No, there is a lower age limit and an upper age limit. You know, since I'm 55, even if I had no other disqualifiers, I would not be. Is the maximum age, but I could be wrong. Again, that may depend on the service branch. You know, Air Force could be different than Coast Guard, which could then be different than Army, you know. You'd have to look into each individual branch. as to what their specific requirements may be to enlist. I put creamer and sugar in here. The accessory packet came with this crap, Splenda. It makes no sense to put Splenda in instead of sugar unless they were out of sugar packets, which would surprise the crap out of me. Yet you get the banana nut muffin top, you get M&Ms, and you get a drink that has sugar as its main sweetener. So what the heck is up with the Splenda? And I'll just say this, I have issues with those artificial sweeteners, so I try to avoid them. Although this packet, wrong one. Although this packet will not get thrown away, it'll become trading fodder. So if someone else wants it, and I have it on me when I'm doing whatever, then I can trade something different for it, or just give it, just whatever. I keep those packets. That way I can supply someone else. I do have packets of that equal or the generic, which is aspartame, and then that sweet and low, which is saccharin, and then I have the generics of that, and then I have the stevia packets, and you can actually eat the stevia leaf. I have eaten raw stevia leaf before. As one of my cousins on my mom's side has a stevia plant in her yard. And the last time we visited there, we each picked the leaf off and ate it. And it is very sweet. You have that strange aftertaste that a lot of these artificial sweeteners have. But the stevia would be the most natural, unless it's heavily adulterated during processing. But like I said, I do have all those. So in a pinch, I will use it. I just try to avoid it. Thanks for dropping in, this and that. Normally I do this every Sunday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, but because I don't know what time I'm going to be coming home from camp next Sunday, I will not do a stream. Even if I come home early enough, I might, I don't know, but I would not count on me doing a stream next Sunday because getting home will be up to my driver. I just sucked a little bit of cheese that was left in the packet right out. Because that's just how I roll. And yes, I will drink all of that stuff because I don't like wasting food. Now, if it was absolutely nasty and drinkable, yeah, I would dump it. I had a cocoa mix that was from a much older MRE that was nasty. I took a couple of sips of it and nope, that one was too far gone. But yet another time I had a much older cocoa mix that was actually from a B unit can from an MCI that was absolutely delicious. And those crackers in that same can were the best ration crackers I've ever had. I wish the bread that I opened that in that same video would have been edible, but it was too far gone. In fact, I pitched the can. I should have cleaned it out and saved it because those bread cans are not easy to find. That's a pumpkin meowing in the background. European root beers, that would be interesting. Oh, sorry, I misread that. Oh, someone should send Carson a root beer. Unless someone has done that already. I don't know if anyone has ever sent him a can or a bottle of root beer. Oh, cool. It would have been nice to be a fly on the wall when he opened that thing and took a drink of it. There's a root beer that I have tried here that someone had introduced me to called Sprecher, Sprecher. I don't know where it's brewed from, but a local bar had served it. I don't know if they still do, but since I don't drink alcohol, gotta have something, so this person introduced me to the Sprecher root beer and I was hooked. Oh, maybe, well, there's several different types of root beer, different recipes. Well, maybe you'll have to find a kid's toothpaste that tastes like it, if there is such a thing. I guess I'm so used to the Miswak toothpaste that I use that I don't bother with any other. I order it from a seller on eBay, and I usually get it from Egypt within a couple of weeks. Yeah, for some it probably is an acquired taste. You know, we grew up with it. We used to go to the A&W. Even when I was with a school group, sometimes we would stop at an A&W and we'd basically take over the joint and we would all get root beer floats. At one time, we even had a couple of A&W mugs at home, and whenever one of my parents would make a root beer float for one of us, the mug would be in the freezer for a couple hours before it gets filled. And that made it even better. Oh, yes, they were. My Minotaur mug that you have seen me use when I'm making a drink that requires 500 mils of water, or basically using the entire contents of this bottle. That thing is heavy like those old A&W mugs. And that's before you put anything in it. Yeah, I think we have one on the outskirts of Des Moines. But it's not in any location that I can easily get to by bus. Oh, for me, if it's not close to a bus route, I just don't bother unless I have a driver. So Thursday when I get picked up for camp, I will have a driver and gas because we may just pick up whatever is in a gas station. Thanks for dropping in, Rachel. So hope you have and Yeah, Wyoming, I agree. I don't like this time change thing. I think it's useless these days. Yeah, sure, you get to stay in bed an extra hour, but you have to get used to that earlier morning light and early evening dark. And some people have a hard time adjusting to that. Yeah, in some places, going back to A&W, in some places they have actually teamed up with Dairy Queen, the KFC. I don't remember one of the A&W would share, would have one half of the building, and then I think it was, let's just say KFC would have the other half, but they share the same eating space, whether outdoors or indoors. So you could get your chicken, and then you can get a root beer float to go with it. But I haven't been in one of those in a long time, so I don't know if that particular location still exists, because I was traveling through somewhere and we stopped there because, for one thing, it was right off the highway. So it was convenient. We didn't have to cross the highway to go there. And then when it was time to get back on the road, it was easy to get back on the highway. But those were the good old days when we had things like that. Not so much now, but, we make do with what we got. Well, that's pretty much all the food gone. I'm not a gum chewer, so I don't chew the gum, but I do save these. Yeah, I like all flavors of the M&Ms, or the peanut. I had the plain ones in this, but if it would have been the peanut M&Ms, yeah, I would have been happy. I've had, I think, almost all of the flavors that they have done. Be the pretzel ball inside, the dark chocolate. That's my favorite. The mint ones. Yeah, the peanut butter ones. It'll be a direct competition to Reese's Pieces. And there is a slight difference in taste in the outer shell. And I think the peanut butter flavor might be a tad different too. But I would have to get a bag of each and then do a direct comparison. Actually, I have, to put it nicely, the opposite effect. I do not need this for things to happen, so to speak. Because it just comes naturally, and I'll just leave it at that. That icicle is probably a seasonal one. So I would try that, and I would guess that one would have a mint, like peppermint inside it. Or something, maybe the flavor of the Arctic mint military energy gum. I'm guessing that's what the flavor might be. Yeah. But who's your archer? Everybody's different. Not everybody has to rely on that to take care of business, so to speak. I'm sure if I were to eat rations nonstop for several days at a time, I might have to rely on that. But because I only do it once a week, one meal a week, and with the way my body is, whether it's the freeze dried or the wet pack, regardless of what the entree is, even if it has cheese in it, I have no issues with things moving. But at least that holds off before I end the stream. But speaking of freeze-dried, next time I do a dinner stream, it will be the other MCW that I have. It's the plain chicken and rice. It's not Oriental. It's not the Mexican style. So I think that one, it might benefit from something like this. There is a Shadow Scout Swede in the house saying good morning, because it is morning over there in his little piece of Sweden. Thanks for dropping in. Hope things are going well over there on your side of the pond. But I'm about done here because all I have left is this tropical punch, which leaves a red film on the inside of my drinking jar. And I got my coffee. This Bill's Brew. It's okay coffee, but I've had better. I'm sure we have all had better. And we've all had worse. So I will definitely do something with that chicken and rice. And the main entree will be a freeze-dried one from Mountain House. Yep. In fact, when I do some grocery shopping tomorrow, I'm not only going to buy some food for camp, because I do want to do that. I will be picking up a few items to add to my food supply. Some things I order online because I can't find it locally. Like some Walmarts sell the Augustin Farms number 10 cans, but the one that I frequent does not. But I can go buy the Mountain House pouches from the camping section, and they have some other ones that I think I'm going to go there and check out when I go to Walmart. That is one of the stores I'm going to hit. Because I don't drive, I have to limit how much I carry. I use a suitcase to haul it all. You know, one of those wheeled suitcases. So that, and maybe a bag, just a cloth bag, I limit to that because that would be as much as I can get in and out of a bus. But tomorrow I'm going to hit up Hillel Groceries. I'm friends with the owners. And I get Iowa processed halal meats like ground beef, they do ground turkey. Minimar does ground lamb. They do like beef hot dogs, chicken hot dogs, turkey hot dogs. They do spicy hot links, which are a brat size sausage. They do the beef bacon, which I always get. They do turkey bacon. So I get that. So I like getting those because, for one thing, you buy one of those bacon packs. Because they're flat, they don't take up a whole lot of room in my little freezer. But I can get spices there that are hard to find in other stores, you know, because I like international cuisine. I may pick up some garam masala or some other spice blends, different curries. I can get the mee goreng ramen there. And you know, I can get, if I wanted to, I could get a 50-pound bag of rice or a 50-pound bag of flour, but that is too much for me to haul. Someone would have to take me home if I were to get that. And plus, I don't have the bucket capacity right now to properly store that much rice. When I do my rice storage, I use nothing bigger than a gallon size Mylar bag. And then I might do a variety of rices, like I have basmati rice, I have jasmine rice, I have some arboreal rice, and of course the regular long grain rice that you can pick up for a little over $1 a pound, if you can find a 1-pounders anymore. Most places you can't get anything below a 2-pound bag, but that's still fine because I can throw that in a 2-quart Mylar bag, throw oxygen absorbers in it, and call it good. You know, I don't get those huge 5 or 6 gallon Mylar bags to put nothing but rice in there in a huge amount. I just don't do that. Yeah, sure, it's not as space efficient, but it's easier for me because I don't have to open a huge bag just to use out of it and then try to reseal it. I'd rather use the smaller bags. Oh, wow. Yeah, there are vegetarian MREs like the one I reviewed 2 weeks ago. The spinach fettuccine But I took that up a notch by adding some chicken chunks that I raided out of another MRE. The one that originally had the chicken chunks in it that does not come with the flameless ration heater. So out of my box of assorted ration stuff, I threw another retort pouch in that one. But other than that, I left that MRE alone. I just took the chicken chunks out to put with my spinach fettuccine. And putting that chicken in there definitely improved the flavor of that fettuccine. Now, I do like that main. A lot of people don't like it, but I do like it. But it's even better if I jazz it up and have a little fun with it. Just like my next stream, I will do something with a chicken and rice. So it may involve something like, oops, it was upside down, this hot sauce. Or I could raid my spice cabinet and get some spices and throw it in the bag before I put the hot water in. So I'll have to think about how I'm going to do that, but I am going to change that one up so it's not just a plain chicken and rice, which I'm sure if it's Mountain House it's going to be good anyway, but I like to have a little bit of flavor. And sometimes you just have to play with your food. So back in June when I was camping with Tack and Robin, I took one of my Minotaur mains and I had another pouch of those chicken chunks. So I put those chicken chunks into that bag before I put the hot water in. And then mixed that up. I threw in some of my own seasonings. And that turned out pretty good. Because that rice with vegetables had no seasonings in it. So you can do whatever you want with it. Make it the flavor that you like. So I threw some seasonings in there, put that chicken in there, and that worked out pretty darn good. Oh, cool. And if you open them up and eat them on camera, then we can all see how you like it. It's to be a good addition to the content on your channel. So hopefully they will arrive intact and they don't get raided by your customs. And speaking of foreign rations, I ordered a Polish ration off of an eBay seller. I will not say the name because I don't want to cause any issues for that seller, but he sent the wrong ration. So I don't know what he's going to do about it. If he's going to send me the correct ration, because I sent pictures of what I got, plus what the listing was. But anyway, I have a Polish ration. I have reviewed one of those before, but I think this one is a different menu. I'll have to look at it, but I'm keeping it no matter what. I will open it up and chow down on it. And he sent me a couple other goodies, one which contains pork, but that will be going to someone else. And then he sent me an item from a French ration that I had never had before. I've seen others get it, but I had not had one of those. And it just so happens he threw it in the box. So when I review that ration, I will have that French item that I have been wanting to try. Yep. Well, Chicago, you just have to watch it on the replay, so hopefully you didn't get caught by the time change. Oh, someone gave an Iowa YouTuber who had never had MREs before, gave him a couple, and I gave him a tray. But I still don't know if he ate those MREs, and we were hoping that he would at least eat one of them on camera. But I have yet to see him put that up on his channel. Of course, being that he and his family run a small farm and they sell their produce to about 7 farmers markets that are in the area around him. So during the warmer months, they're quite busy, and in the fall, they are getting the land ready for winter, taking down stuff in their greenhouses. Yeah, making sure their chickens and turkeys are ready for winter. You know, they do any machine maintenance they can. And they're probably even ordering their seeds for next year already, because they want to be sure to have something to plant by the time springtime comes, and they're ready to get their stuff going again for next year. Yep, I guess sometimes customs can be real nutheads. I won't say what I really think, because that wouldn't be good to say in a video. But I have had the last French RCIR I had ordered several months ago got raided by customs, but the seller never. I sent proof. I never got anything from that seller about it. Basically, all of the meat items, there were 4 of them, I think. So the 2 main cans, the 300-gram cans, there was, I think there was a chicken pate, and I think there was something else that was also taken, plus the little tiny spork that's in the little stove kit, that was even missing. So they took that too. I guess whoever raided that RCIR needed a utensil to eat the stuff that was stolen. All the candy, that's weird. You think they would only take out the beef, chicken, and pork items. You think they would leave candies alone. You know, if they leave, if they even took your accessory packet, which has the coffee, the tea, the cocoa mix, the salt, pepper, and sugar, that's messed up when they were taking that. I know one of the Norwegian filled rations that Foreign MRE had the drink mix was taken out of one of them. And out of another one, the cranberry protein bar was taken out. I just finished off the coffee. Yeah, that was completely whacked when they done that. But this Polish ration that I did get, there was no signs of the box being raided. In fact, it was very, very well packed, like 3 layers of wrapping over the outer box, and then another layer of wrapping over the inner box. So the contents were very well protected. Plus all the fill that was inside of the box where the ration and the other items were in. So that was all very well protected, and there was no signs of customs getting into it. So I was very happy about that. But it's always a crapshoot when you're ordering rations from outside the U.S. whether or not they're going to, customs is going to raid it or not. I had even ordered a halal MRE, a U.S. halal MRE from a seller in Lithuania. I'm surprised it didn't get raided. Yeah, customs didn't even open that one, so I thought that it might get raided even though it's a U.S. ration, just happens to be coming from a foreign source, but it was left alone, so I got to rip open that halal MRE and eat everything out of it. I don't know if you can see that. Well, this drinking jar has a tiny bit of a yellow tinge to it because it is a vintage drinking jar. I don't know if you can see the red hue in there. That's just a little bit. I mean, that red film does wash out, but the red drinks in the U.S. rations are the only ones that leave that. The grape ones don't. The lemon and lime and the lime ones don't. Orange ones don't. But just the fruit punch and tropical punch, they're the only ones that leave that. Yeah, that could be due to either an ingredient or maybe there's something on that particular company. Who knows? A word that halal French, actual Arab MREs. Like, I don't know if Saudi Arabia, if they produce their own rations, or if you had rations from the U.S. or England or France. Now, German rations, there are some halal ones available. I do want to get one of those halal German rations that come in a tan bag. And my slider's open and there's something beeping. There's this semi-truck that likes to park right next to the city park, and it just sits there for several days. So when backing up, that beeping noise, so my slider's open so you hear that. I do apologize for that. I get from different sources, like for instance, this one came from foreignmre.com. I have gotten rations from other community members. Like Michael has sent me some. I've gotten some from Tracy from CT, Old Smoky. Nathan's MRE had sent me one that was forwarded to him by Nem's MRE. I should look her up to see if she's been, if she still has her channel up, because I haven't seen anything from her for a while. But I've gotten some from Aletha, and then gotten some from Rachel Sunshine. And some I bought from individual sellers. That fruit soup, I bought that from Corey over in England. So the wrapper along with that brownie wrapper, they're going to be sent to the Ration Museum. I have them packaged up. I just need the address, so I got that. So I got the address on there now, so it's ready to mail. But they will be part of the museum collection for the RCW or Ration Cold Weather, because that's where those two components originally came out of. Unfortunately, the brownie was not edible. I was a bit disappointed, but that fruit soup more than made up for it. Because that stuff was awesome. And I've had rations from MRE Mountain. I don't buy from them very often, but I've gotten stuff from MRE Nation and Minotaur Trading Company. And I want to try getting a full ration from MRE Empire. I ordered one item as a test order just to see how long it would get here and whether customs would rate it or not, but they left it alone. So I may order from MRE Empire again. Of course, that'll have to wait till next year. But others I've gotten on eBay. So that's pretty much how I get my rations. So I like to source from several places. That way, if I can't get something from one, I can always go to another. And it all just depends on what I'm on the hunt for. I wanted a particular Polish ration, but because I got the wrong one, I'm not sure if I'm going to try again to get that particular one. I'm just waiting on a response from the seller. I sent, like I said earlier, I sent pictures and a screenshot of the listing that showed what I was supposed to get. But I don't know what's up with that because I have not received a response yet. And I've sent 2 messages. So who knows, they may not buy from that particular seller again. But I hope to do some trades with some other people. Like this one that I'm working on with Karsten. It's taking a while because I want to find some Iowa-specific products. I have 2 rations in there, 2 U.S. rations, And I have some other things that I found that were produced here in Iowa. Plus, I hope to find a few more items to throw in there. I might throw a Minotaur item in there too. I'll just have to see what kind of a box I can get that will not be too expensive to ship to Germany, because it will cost a lot to ship that stuff to Germany. But he's on the hunt for stuff for me. There is James Ortiz in the house. It's all gone, James. I didn't leave anything except the Splenda and the gum and the salt. And the hot sauce, I didn't use that. But this was my dinner tonight, James. And they stuck this in here. They put M&Ms, they put a chocolate banana nut muffin top, they put a drink with sugar in it, and then they throw that Splenda in. Now, I don't chew the gum. I'm not much of a gum chewer, but I do save it. Because you never know. I may be in a situation where I need something in my mouth. And if all I got is this at the time, yeah, I'll chew this. Or I'll use it for what it is supposedly intended for, but I have not had to do that, because rations don't give me that effect. They give me the opposite effect, and I'll just leave it at that. But I do save that gum. And this Splenda packet will just get stashed away. I put real sugar in my coffee, because that's just how I roll. And this hot sauce, if I don't use it, it gets tossed in the fridge. I have a bag of all of my ration hot sauces, and I have different condiments. Some I keep in the fridge. So nothing gets, only trash gets thrown away. Yeah, I save all these beverage bags. I save all of my ration heaters. Because I want to have something for use in an emergency situation. So even these salt packets get saved. But other than that, everything is gone. I hope it didn't get messed up by the time change. I wish they'd stop doing it. But the tropical puncho's a drink, and it leaves us red film on the inside of my drinking jar. Oh yeah, if you have an older one of these, you throw the salt in there, or you mix up some salt water and throw that in there. The salt will help it kick off. So if I have to use one of my older ration heaters, I'll grab one of those salt packets and throw it in there. Or mix up some salt water. Of course, I won't use my Himalayan pink salt in there. No, that's my special salt. Oh no, And the regular fruit punch, that's even worse. And I would save those for if I need to make a signal in snow. I would use that to make a red signal or a red mark in the snow to alert my position in case someone has to come find me. Yeah, that stuff would be good for that. That's what I would use that stuff for. Especially the red ones. The other ones I don't mind. You know, the green ones, you know, the orange, you know, the blue for supposedly grape flavored. Yeah, I don't understand blue. I use purple. I mean, leave it at that. But the European drink mixes, they're so much better. You don't have all of that funky color. And there's more of a variety in the drink mixes that you get from European rations, especially British rations. You know, Norwegians need to step up their game with drink flavors, but you know, the Beyond the Beaten Track, the Orfo, all of those are the better ones to me. Yeah, if you use one of these on the sidewalk, that may be good for one step. But the last place I lived, for a while, the management company was not doing anything. So I reported the property to the city for not taking care of snow and ice. And the management company dropped us as a client because they got a complaint about snow and ice removal. But yeah, I was buying jugs of the ice melt myself and throwing it down on the steps and, you know, and in the parking lot in front of the steps. I would be throwing it down there just so no one would slip. So it wasn't supposed to be my responsibility to do it, but I was doing it. Some of the other residents were doing it. Yeah, that management company did not like getting cited by the city for not taking care of the snow and ice on their property. So I think they got assessed a fine for not doing that. But with management here, I think they're doing a lot better. You know, there is someone who comes out and runs a snow blower. We got a plow guy that comes to do the parking lots. And so the maintenance will come out and throw the ice melt down. Yeah, it might make it smell good, but some people may not like it, you know, when it gets mixed with other scents. But with our parking lot getting resurfaced in this past spring, it'll be a lot easier for the plow guy to come because there won't be so many potholes and cracks and divots all over the lot. It'll be a lot easier for that guy to run the plow over it. Wow, that was nice of them to actually give you a credit on your rent for doing that. Under a previous management, that would not happen around here. There was a guy who used to get free rent, but some other things happened that I will not get into. And basically, his dupa got booted. So he had to go. Plus, some of what he did was kind of a botched job at best anyway. But we'll just have to see how this winter goes. Oops, I got briefly disconnected. I guess that's probably a sign I should probably get off of here. But like I was about to say, we'll see how this winter goes compared to last winter, which wasn't all that bad. In fact, I didn't even have to wear my boots once. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one good. So again, next Sunday, I may not do a stream. That will depend on what time I get back from camp. So if it's too late, I probably won't go live. But if it's early enough, I probably will go ahead and go live. But whatever the case is, the next stream I will be doing the MCW chicken and rice. And I will be jazzing it up somehow. So again, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank Sleepy Dog Construction for dropping that super chat earlier. It's much appreciated. So again, thanks for watching and catch you on the flip side.